Hi guys, what is going on and welcome to Mordhau. Well, where the hell did this game come from? I just had no idea this was even in development. A few of the subscribers pointed it out to me and wow, I'm glad they did. It is absolutely awesome. Can I drop off there? Is that going to hurt me? No. So, what is Mordhau? Well, it's like a first/third person. I'm currently kind of preferring the third person kind of style of things. Basically, medieval combat game. It's sort of like Call of Duty, but set in medieval times. There's obviously lots of individual heroes. Oh, missed him by a long way. Look at the old throwing axes. Where you can sort of buy different equipment, customise your characters, and then fight in a sort of a series of battles like this. Oh, missed. One to go. It's hard. If you hadn't gathered already. Come on. Oh, I missed. It's in that way, in the sort of the way that the sort of setup, it seems feels similar to Conqueror's Blade with the sort of way the heroes, the combat mechanics. But the combat mechanics is kind of what doesn't feel. It feels so much more developed than Conqueror's Blade. You have different attack directions. You have sort of a proper and functioning. Oh, that was a bad block. Oh wow, where the hell did it take me from? Okay, you have a much better and fully functioning blocking system. You have ripostes. You can counter enemy moves. You can do combos. Not to mention the fact that you have a lot less health than you do in Conqueror's Blade, so you go from being in health to no health in about 4 seconds normally. So it feels a lot more realistic in terms of the combat, and the combat feels a lot more skill-based. Character levels aren't quite so dominant like they are in Conqueror's Blade. It's kind of another way it sort of feels differently. And yeah, it's really just awesome. So let's just dig into some of this combat and see if we can actually get a kill. Friendly fire is on, so you have to be careful of that. Yes, so there we go. 35 damage, considering someone has, and a kill. There we go. We threw a throwing axe into the back of his head, and he died. So yes, combat feels really good, but really tough. I've been trying to get the hang of it there. Obviously, a few people have beaten me to this game and are already far better than I am. Not that that takes much. If you've been watching any of my videos, you normally know I'm normally pretty horrific at this sort of thing. Let's switch back to our main battle axe. Those guys coming out. Let's see what we can do. There's now 2 of them. Oh, he beat me to this. I'm trying to show you a block. Oh, we got a hit in there. Now he's got 2 people on us. Oh, got a hit. Only 10 though. We hit him with the blunt end of our axe. He's nearly dead. So you can see that little arrow in the centre that shows the attack direction. That's got it. Oh, I missed! Ah! You can see I end up swinging my whole body in movement with whichever direction I'm attacking. Oh! Blocked too early. Oh, it's so hard. Let's have a look at some of the different layouts. Sorry, I'm getting a bit hyper already. This is a really good game. Of course, there are archers. You get different classes. You get some units like this which have a permanent shield. So if you saw there, you get a short-term block. If you saw when I was blocking with that great axe, I was right-clicking to block, but you have to time it. So when the enemy swings, you take your block and then you move to block. So it's a little less complicated than Mountain Blade in that way. You don't have to block in 4 different directions. But the only units that can perma-block are shielded units, which is nice. It just gives you kind of an advantage in that sense. But then, of course, you've only got one hand. The cavalry are a real pain. Ow! And friendly fire can be an issue as well, as you just saw. But that was my own fault. I kind of ran in front of him. Horse is going to be charging around all over the map. Let's keep on moving. Well, obviously, we're trying to fight over a series of different points here. There are, of course, different maps, different game modes that you can all fight in as well. So it gets all pretty intense. Let's come up here. So did I see an enemy up here? Yeah, we're chasing a guy up here. We're trying to track down some of our archers. He's going to get killed by that swordsman. What's going on around here? Okay, a bit of a fight up here by the looks of things. See, but when you swing, you've then got recovery time. And I've got enemy archers in the background as well. They're getting shots in. My health's pretty low. If you stationary for long enough, your health can start to heal. Oh, he got my head swinging first. Ah, he got me. Damn. Oh, he's got me twice. like the main adversary. We also, of course, have archers, units like the huntsman, and you can fully customize these classes. These are like the starting classes you get given, which is kind of nice. And then you can use gold to unlock different weapons, different armors, different equipment. Archers, of course, have limited ammunition and are quite hard to hit anything with, I find. But that may be more me than the actual being an archer. I don't think I can hit anything at this sort of range. Beyond my skill level. What can we do here? He stands still long enough. I'm going to get hit. And they take too long, and of course you start to get swayed when your arms are getting tired. Oh, we bounced off someone's shield! Connected a shot, so I'm taking that as a win. I'm going to be really careful to hit your allies, because friendly fire is real in this game. And it's so easy to do. There, we hit an enemy for 34. He's only have 100 health, that's about a third of his health. So that about sums up generally most of archer damage. If you get headshots, you can do more, but bulk of the time you're doing sort of a third damage. So 2 or 3 shots to get it killed. But obviously, if you're assisting an existing fight, you can take down people who are already injured. Oh yeah, we did. 36. We're getting a few hits in. Obviously, you do have to ammo if you have to go over that, and obviously you're fairly lightly armoured, so you go down super fast. Just trying not to shoot friendlies. I know how annoying it is to get shot by your own team, so I'm trying to not repeat that on the. There we go. Damage in there. Bit of damage in there. Ah! Yeah, I got hit in the head, I think. Oh yeah, killed by crossbow. So you also get crossbows in the game. I don't currently get one with one of my classes. It's something you have to unlock. I've not actually started to do research on my class yet. We're going to head into that after this battle. You also get a spearman, which is kind of cool, particularly as they get a really nice long stab, as you would expect from a spearman. But you can see, your weapon range stab here is so much longer than a spear, which is kind of good when you're supporting in fights, and it's a bit more accurate as well because you're just sort of mostly doing that stabbing. Although you can swing it as well if you want to. It's nice because it makes it a bit more accurate. Pretty good in supporting fights, but when you kind of get caught on your own and someone gets really close to you, it suddenly becomes really quite hard. Like that. Got a block in there. You saw my block. I did a block successfully. Ow! Didn't block successfully. Still get friendly. Yep. Stabbed my teammate. Need a little bit more space here for me, so work with my spear. Oh, should we charge down this archer? Ah! Oh, he shot me. Oh no, there's an enemy. Oh! Ah! Ah! God damn it. I stabbed him a few times, but it wasn't enough. So I'm just kind of cycling through the classes, showing you the different types that you get. Raiders currently be my favourite. Scoundrel's kind of like a rapier, really light, like this guy here. Small, fast, but really not a lot of armor. Lots of stabbing. So let's spawn in with the two-handed Prince. You can, of course, do all the fighting in first-person mode as well, if that's something you prefer. I find it harder, I think, in first-person mode. Blocking there. Okay, well now we're starting to get into trouble. Okay, now we're in trouble. I'm trying to get out now. Ow. Ah, damn him! He got me, he stabbed me through the chest. It's tough, but the combat, it feels like it's going to be a really skill-based thing. I feel like the more I play this, the more I get used to this, I can get. And while it feels like you can upgrade the equipment, we're going to take a look at that in a minute, it kind of feels like the equipment doesn't play that big a part in this, that really your skill as a combatant plays the more significant part. And if you can sort of learn how the combat mechanics work, learn how to block, parry, riposte, and then counter-attack, then you're really going to be winning much more than someone who just spends money and gets a better equipment. And that's nice. I think it's nice, it's kind of refreshing to see in a game. Obviously, unlike Conqueror's Blade, it has nothing like NPC units you bring with you. It is just hero fighting. And it is obviously, in that sense, a little less, it's more just sort of a melee. Ow, flanked. Oh, I missed my block. Terrible blocking there. Got taken out completely. But anyway, let's go and have a quick look at the equipment, and then we'll have a look at some of the different game modes. So, I shall see you on the equipment menu. So, we're back out of our fight now, and we're just going to take a bit of a look at our equipment menu. If we go over to our armory, we can see all our classes. These are all the ones I was just kind of trying to show you in the fight. The Brigand, the Protector, Huntsman, etc. And then, obviously, unnamed down here. Let's see if we can change his name to... Ooh, bit of a caps lock moment going on there. Of course. Then we can go edit into armory, and we basically get a massive range of choices and things to pick and go from. So in terms of just a vast amount of basically cosmetic stuff, even if it's not cosmetic, you get like a full choice. And you've got 16 points in total to spend outfitting this class. And look, if I take a padded coif, that's 1 point. And then there's obviously various different things down here that you can unlock. Obviously some of them are level locked, so chaperone hat, isn't it? Guy's level 20, a Lange Knight, a Landshek Knight, Feather is worth 1 point but level 30. And there's all sorts of various helmets which offer more or less armour depending on kind of all about them. They're classed as a medium armour look, but basically there's a huge range of cosmetics from kettle, Spanish kettle, clap visors, kettle raised, and you can just really customise a character to make him look how you want, and they really look quite cool. And then, you know, there's back, there's neck, different cloths, coifs, beavers, bandages. It's just insane, I think, how much different stuff there is that you can equip. On top of that, we have sort of some of the different perks, increased fist damage. You can have a peasant. Restricts your class. I don't know quite why you'd want to do that. 50% reduction to friendly and team damage. That's a really nice way of introducing things like that. It's almost like a turning team damage off. You pay a point for it, and it also reduces damage you do to team damage. Nice. Lots of cool little things. Allows you to move quicker while aiming a bow or crossbow. So if you're a ranged unit, makes completely, you know, sense to do that. I'm pretty sure I saw a fireproof. Reduces fire damage. Useful, right? And yeah, so there's really just a vast amount to pick from. And then you've got gear, daggers, mallets, cleavers, just loot. Oh, wow. Ooh, I'm tempted. I'm very tempted to buy a loot. Quarterstaff. I mean, there's literally... the mind boggles. Where has this game been hiding? It's just kind of what I feel like. Bill hooks. That's a bill hook. That's awesome. And you get a little bit of information about its damage, its speed, and its reach. You know, war axes. There really is all sorts. I mean, I'm not going to go through everything because we'll be here all day. But longbows and sorts. Then you've got all the secondary weapons. You can pick different things you can equip in secondary slots, and you can have a tertiary slot as well. So you could take, say, you know, a dagger and smoke bombs or something if you wanted to do, if you wanted to go like that. And then, of course, you can make yourself fat, or super skinny, or super strong. You can do all that, all the classic customization stuff. There really is a seriously wide range of things to sort of customize and pick and choose from. But we'll have a look. I'll have a look at that in my own time, rather than spend ages going through the various classes. But kind of now, I just want to show you one of the other modes I found to be really fun was the Battle Royale. It's like the word. What's the game? Fortnite, but not Fortnite. You basically start off with nothing, and you have to fight it out to be the last man standing. So let's hop into this and see how we get on in Battle Royale. So we are loading in on our Battle Royale. So first thing I need to do is try and find some equipment ASAP from somewhere. Is that something? Give me anything. Like, not a smoke bomb, possibly. Falcon. That's what I want. There we go. Okay, we've got some equipment. It's a good start. Now we've just got to try and survive, which is easier said than done. At least a part of this seems to be just avoiding people. That's not always that easy. And then, depending on our combat ability, when we actually find someone, which is negligible. Worried about coming from behind us. Oh, it's good. It's good. Ow! Ow! He's trying to defend while he's got someone behind him. Oh god! Oh god! Oh no! Oh no! We got absolutely slaughtered. But you get the general idea of the Battle Royale. I really need to work on my blocking going on, to be honest, because it's just really not panning out very well for me. But anyway, that kind of gives you a bit of an idea of what that's on. Let's just head back to the main menu. So, yeah, I've been playing around with some of the class stuff. You can see what I ended up with. I kind of went for sort of more like a Viking Raider light, with light shield, just a small axe, quite short range, but moves really quite quickly, and a couple of throwing axes as well. Who doesn't love a good throwing axe? So anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this kind of little bit of an introduction video. I just kind of wanted to get something out to show that I'm actually looking at this game and just to show some of you guys about it, because I think I didn't know anything about it. So yeah, I think it's something that certainly, if you enjoy my Conqueror Blade stuff and you enjoy Conqueror Blade, while it is different, it's very different, I still think it's kind of in the same genre, so it's probably something you're going to be interested in. So yeah, certainly going to be having more content on this in the future. So if you want to see more on this, please give the video a like, because it really does help me out. Let me know what you think about this game in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for lots more content on this game. See you later, guys.